Welcome to Dose with Grace. Hope you're doing well and taking very good care of yourself. It's been a while that we interacted, and I could take time to make a video because obviously the last couple of months have been festive, very important festivals, major festivals of our culture have brought in so much joy, cheer, and festivities, and therefore I was just enjoying that. And also, this is that time of the year when we are almost concluding 2023, so I thought this is the perfect month to share something that is very close to my heart and something that I've learned through this year. So I hope we can enjoy this video. But before that, let's begin as a tradition this video by chanting these very powerful, very beautiful, and peaceful mantras. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you for joining me. As I said, 2023 is a year that is coming to an end, and 2024 is soon going to be the new year that we all will be entering. I hope you all had a wonderful, fulfilling a year that has taught you a lot, that has given you a lot of blessings, joys, a lot of lessons, and a lot of learnings and enrichment to begin this journey into 2024. It has been a really fulfilling year for me personally, and I'm ever grateful to God for all the love, all the blessings, and all the experiences that He blessed me and my family with in this year of 2023. There is still a month to go, and I'm really looking forward to this month because Christmas is coming, and it's called a Christmas month, but I generally am very fond of December as a month because it just the sound of it makes you feel like it's wintry. I love the feeling of chill in the air. It's a month of holidays, it's a month of cheer, and already in Singapore this month has begun with such wonderful splashes of rain and a great change of weather. So yeah, it's an exciting time of the month, and it's an exciting conclusion to a wonderful year this has been. So this video is about, like all beautiful endings, a great reflection on how this year was, not in particular month wise, but the three beautiful lessons that I've learned through my years in life and this year in particular. So let's say the three beautiful lessons 2023 has given as a gift, as a blessing, as a learning, and as an enrichment that I would like to share with all of you. As Dose is Grace is about discovering our soul energy with gratitude, reverence, acceptance, clarity, and elocution, or eloquence. Let me just say what this year has helped me to grow better into. First, choices. I always say choices is something that we just cannot escape from. You wake up in the morning, you have a choice either to get up from the bed or stay lying down in the bed for longer. You go to work, You have a choice to be grumpy, or you have a choice to be cheerful. You're in a meeting, you have a choice to contribute, or you have a choice to lay back and just be a wallpaper. You are a housemaker, you have a choice to be happy and cheerful, loving presence in home, or you have a choice to be a cribbing, nagging wife and a mother to your family. So life is always full of possibilities, and therefore we always have a choice. So one thing that I've learned over my life, and which I hold very dear to as a lesson, is that there are choices that we always make. Even when we say we are not making a choice, we are making a choice to not make a choice. So we are always making choice. And choices are only in two categories. Choices, no matter how many different choices that we choose from, ultimately I feel they fall in two categories. We make a choice, it either liberates us or it imprisons us. So, as much as possible, I try to be aware to make a choice that liberates me, a choice that is healthier choice, a choice that is an empowering choice, a choice that makes me grow as a person, as a role and responsibility, and as an identity that I'm trying to serve. And it is true to the purpose that I'm trying to live at that moment. Why I'm making this point is because many times we hear people saying they are afraid to make choices because they don't want to be answerable. They find it very difficult to live up to the choices. But my answer to that is we really never have a choice to not make a choice. We are always making a choice. It is just that when we are in awareness, whatever choice we make, we are sure that that was the best choice we could make at that point with those circumstances, with that kind of an understanding and options available. So not beating ourselves down for the choices, which we may later on change as the time changes, as nothing is constant, change is the only constant, and making sure that we back ourselves for the choices that we make, and never say that we will be afraid to make choices. Not that we do that ourselves, but we also instill this very empowering, powerful habit even in our children. At very young age, we make them understand the power of choice and the fact that choices can either liberate them or imprison them. That's one learning that I would like to share with you. The second learning is the focus. In this world full of distractions, full of limitless choices, even for a TV program from TV program that we watch with multiple choices and channels across so many mediums, to the movie choices, to the choices of clothes and places and food and people and commodities and thoughts and ideas. We are spoiled for choices. So then what to do? In this world of choices, the one thing that defines our true integrity, our true authentic existence, the originality is what Doze advocates, discovering our soul energy. Being you is so important. Not losing yourself in this world of choices is so important, and that is why there is an importance of focus. Not the kind of focus where it is very strategically driven, but the kind of focus that comes from inner knowing of who you are. It is as simple as knowing what kind of dessert you like. With a platter of dessert buffet in front of you, What is it that you like to have? Not because your friend is having it, not because it sounds more fashionable to have it, or not because it is much higher price so you'll have a better status symbol if you have it, but what is it that you want? And that even makes a simple decision like, where is your focus? Is your focus towards, spreading thin, doing too much with the little time that you have, or focusing really on the things that truly matter to you? For example, we all have 24 hours in a day. We need to contribute certain hours towards our sleep, towards our normal routine. If you're a working person, you need to spend that many hours in office. If you're a student, you have to be spending that many hours in school. If you're a housewife like me, there are certain things as a ritual that you devote your time to. Then whatever time is you're left with, where is your focus going? Is your focus going towards developing yourself, or is your focus going towards just giving into the world of choices and just getting carried away? So that is why the things that truly matter to developing us, the things that truly matter and give us the joy, the sense of fulfillment, and that come from the sense of awareness that who we truly are, is if we when we focus on those things, we limit our choices to those things, then we go deeper into much more fulfilling experiences of life on everyday basis. I'm not talking about some special occasions, but on everyday basis. For example, I love to devote my time into my morning walking meditation, and that is something that I do not like to compromise upon. And therefore, that 1 hour of walking chanting that I do is what cleanses me, what purifies my thoughts, that purifies my body, that purifies even my basic intentions and sets me up for the rest of the day. And that is where my focus is in every morning, to make sure that happens as a priority, that happens without disturbing the routine of the day. So do you have your focus in the right areas? Do you prioritize your own inner peace, your own inner tranquility, your own alignment of your mind, body, and soul? And what do you do for that? Do you focus on certain things that bring you closer to that? That is something that is very, very beneficial that I felt for myself, and I thought I would like to share with you. To each their own. You may have your own rituals, you may have your own areas that you would love to focus to bring that joy and fulfillment into your life, but make sure you do have that focus, and that is into your awareness, and maybe you reflect upon those. The third point that I would like to share is the intention. So from choices to focus where those choices should be, to the intention where you're putting your focus. So here, for example, when I'm at an event or when I'm at a gathering, for example, if I'm going for a gathering where I'm asked to contribute in a certain way, now what I have to be very clear with an intention as to what is my intention here. Is my intention here to deliver the value that is expected out of me, which could be in the form of knowledge and skills, or just my presence, or sharing of ideas, or a certain kind of talent? Or am I here to contribute my identity? So the identity driven presence is mostly an egocentric presence, where I'm trying to just protect my identity as a person that I would like to be seen and heard as, versus the intention towards the purpose, that the value I bring as a person in that event or a gathering. So even at home, giving an example that when we are performing, we are even performing at home. I'm performing a role of a mother, I'm performing a role of a housemaker, I'm performing role of a wife. So if I'm coming here with my own personal agenda of being this person who has this set of values and this kind of thinking process and trying to thrust that on someone else, maybe my children, my husband, or my other family members, then it's about ego battle. Then every conversation is a conversation of me trying to win against the other person. Whereas if this is converted into with an intention of what value I bring as a mother, what value I bring as a wife in this conversation, in this interaction, then it's a very different story. Then it's based on the purpose that I serve here through either my presence or my sharing of ideas, or sometimes by just maybe just by giving a nice cuddle, maybe just listening to the other person, offering a certain sense of assurance to them or a validation to them for their ideas. So that is the intention with which any action or reciprocation is it just defines that sort of an outcome towards the other person. Why I'm highlighting this is that is because though I'm not working, this is especially more suited for people who are working outside as well. In this whole year, I have interacted with a lot of people who have been working. They are quite ambitious, and they have shared this a lot, that they felt that there were times that they were acting more out of their identity, acting more out of protecting their identity than the contribution that they were capable of giving. And therefore they felt that had they approached it more from that perspective in mind, or that intention in mind, a lot of their interactions would have been much more smoother and much more fruitful and much more harmonious. So that is why I'm bringing out this point, is that when we are existing in this world, even though when we are not conscious, many times our interactions are generally motivated by these two intentions. One is ego driven and one is more selfless or love driven, which probably would mean that the kind of value we bring, the kind of contribution we can bring to the other person. So though it's a very deep topic, but I've tried to bring it out as simple as possible. So 3 major things that I would like to repeat again. The 3 major things that can turn your world around for you is, number 1, making sure you make choices, making sure that you're aware that you're always making choices, whether you may admit it or not, whether you're aware of it or not, you are actually making always choices, and you always have a choice, being aware of that. So if possible, if we can make choices that can liberate us, which means that give us much more freedom, much more alignment, much more space, and much more sense of peace, calmness, and harmony within ourselves, and that automatically those choices come more from the focus, which is the second point. If our focus is more narrowed down on understanding first our own personality, knowing ourselves better, and understanding where these motivations are coming from, and then making the choices that are coming from not the temporary temptations and sense of instant gratification, but they're coming more from a more wider sense of understanding and much deeper sense of understanding of what we are capable off at this point, and to back ourselves for that, and to know that where the focus should be is to go and check back with our intentions, which is number 3, to always be rooted in the intention of love, caring, gratitude, which is the intention that is more purpose driven. At any time, instead of protecting our identity, even at a workplace, even at home, even with friends, if we are not trying to protect our small ego personality, that is going to be an intention which is driven by a small ego identity, rather than setting our intentions that come from our much more bigger sense of purpose, which is more like what value I bring here, what is the contribution I can make here, what skill set that I have specific for this situation that I can share or give, or what are the tools I can recommend, or maybe simply that the personality that I am a good listener, I can probably just listen better here. So whatever you can bring as a value proposition, rather than how you protect and serve your identity, which is ego driven, is if that is the intention we always come from, we are able to focus better on the areas of life that give us more fulfilling and rewarding and more enriching and deep experiences, and therefore we are able to make choices that are much healthier and that liberates us from our egocentric personalities. Well, not to make this video too long, I just want to conclude it by saying that how I have been helped by there are certain tools that I have for myself, that I use on everyday basis to stay rooted in my right intentions, so that I can focus on the areas that are most fulfilling, most rewarding, and most peaceful areas for me to focus on, so I can make better choices. One of the tools is following a certain prayer ritual. Connecting with your higher self every day is a very, very powerful tool to be able to always come back to the right intention in your life. I personally have experienced it, and I would like to share it with all of you. I wouldn't like to specify for the sake that, like as there are as many minds are in the world, there are as many thoughts. So similarly, there are as many hearts in the world, there is as many types of love. So I would like to say there are as many people in this world, there are as many forms of prayers. So whatever form of prayer, whatever form of ritual you have to connect with your higher self, whatever you call it, God, Prabhu, Bhagwan, Almighty, or your own Ishtadevta, whatever it is, to connect with your own higher power, that is very, very, very powerful way to be able to be well rooted in the right intentions. Without that, I am not sure if there is any way. That is one way I use as a tool. The second is to be devoting some time in silence throughout the day. So if 1 hour you choose in connecting with your higher self, then choosing 1 hour throughout the day in complete silence. And I'm not saying silence as in meditation, just plain silence is another very effective tool to slow down the chaos that is happening around us, and to root ourselves down to listening to something which is much deeper within us, giving that voice a little more volume. When we keep quiet, we are able to listen to our soul. And the third tool would be to just observe with intention. like observe to really observe and not just see. There's a difference between seeing things and observing things. So sometimes observing is a very, very great tool to know ourselves better. And by observe, I mean sometimes observing our own activity. For example, when we are in conversation with someone and when someone is responding to us, just observing that how we are listening to someone who is speaking to us is sometimes very, very powerful way of rooting ourselves back into the three things that I mentioned: right intentions, right focus, and therefore right choices. I hope it's been 25 minutes, so I hope this is not too long. I just wanted to share this with all of you because it's been a while, and it's been a great year, and I wanted to share these a lot of learning packaged into these three main points. So I hope you enjoyed these learnings, and if you please do share your feedback in the comments below. I would love to read them and try to come up with something something which is more useful and nice for sharing the next time. Thank you for your time, and look forward to hearing and listening to your comments. Thank you.